Ah yes, the mythical world of social media. We have all become plenty familiar with social media and shenanigans and antics that tend to go on social media as we see them every single day. With new users on different platforms every single day, there's going to be content that we love to see coming out, and there's going to be content that nobody asked for. So today we are going to be discussing the worst corners of social media. Let's just get started off hot with an era of people who just had the bright idea of acting like straight NPCs on TikTok lives, and they somehow made bank from it. And one of the most notable participants in this whole phase of TikTok is the guy that dressed like Miles Morales and then just acted like him on stream. Whoever knew getting money could be as easy as sitting on TikTok live and begging for galaxies for 4 hours, and then it works? Why have people resorted to turning on a camera, setting it up in front of them, and then acting like a very low developed AI bot? Completely lost the plot. The second corner of social media we're going to talk about that links to the first one is cringe roleplay. We're all familiar with it. We've all seen it. We all know what happens. People dress up as anime characters, superheroes, whatever the they want to dress up as, and then they act cringy. It's pollution to social media. And I'm not talking about real role play, like medieval role play. That's different. That's just purely for the love of the game. I'm talking about when the motherfuckers on TikTok use the cringy anime MHA voices and then try to act like they are one of the characters from the show. Shit just don't fly. No one's actually sitting there engaged in these videos. This is just pure shock value, rage bait, cringe content, and all interaction from the audience is most of the time complaining about it. Who gives a shit though? It's all for the views, right? Along with the TikTok live NPCs and the cringy roleplay you see on social media, which is not inherently causing anybody harm, just discomfort and cringe, you got people like Jack Doherty. I don't need to elaborate. You already know what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't have a video if I wasn't elaborating. These are the type of creators that will go to unlawful and unethical lengths to get views on social media. In what realm did you sit down and go, okay, I'm gonna make a YouTube video. I'm gonna go harass and assault people on the sidewalk, and maybe that'll get views. Yeah, that will grab a lot of views, and that'll also paint you as the biggest dickhead on the internet. And then we get to this corner of the internet where we don't see violence, we don't see harassment, we see the steamiest of dumb takes we have ever seen before. I'm talking about podcasts. When you start a podcast, automatically you need to make content where viewers are gonna see that thumbnail and be like, shit, kind of want to watch that video. You can't make a 30 episode podcast and talk about your parlays and your sports bets for the upcoming week. No one's gonna watch that shit. No one's buying that shit. So what did we resort to instead? Coming up with a good idea for entertaining content? Fuck no! What you thought this was? We came up with making bad takes. You will hear it all on podcasts. There is no limit to the amount of bullshit that is spewed on podcasts. I've heard podcasts talking about how AI is conscious when it's just generating outputs to inputs. I've heard podcasts of people trying to disprove science with flat earth theories and all that bullshit like that. You know, the surface level bullshit. I'm sure we all heard of this guy named Terrence Howard. I think that's his name. He used to be an actor and he was in some big movies, and then his acting career fell off. And then he tried to disprove base mathematics. Quite the plot twist. I don't really know what he was trying to prove. He basically told everyone to put two math equations into their calculator and then do the same one with the same numbers over and over again. And then he was like, well, why is it coming out to the same number? Why is it the same? Everything. This is what we call a loop. It's not a fucking loop. You're just stupid. You're doing the same problem with the same numbers. Of course, you're gonna get the same answer. That's the first example I thought of someone trying way too hard to be different on a podcast, and that one just sticks with me forever because of how fucking dumb it was. And the last bad corner of many on the internet that I'd like to talk about is rage bait content. It does kind of tie into the whole making bad takes on podcasts portion of the video, but it is kind of its own thing. The whole purpose of rage bait and shock value content is to make you go, they just want you to be so fucking baffled at what they've posted that you will interact disagreeing with them. People shitting on them and disagreeing with them gets them higher interaction numbers. The people that say shit that's obviously wrong to get views and attention for it. Taking time out of your life to make videos that are meant to piss other people off is kind of just a corny way to go about social media and content creation. And yes, it's not easy to make content that is 100% original, especially with how high user bases have become on social media. Now there's so many people making so many different types of videos. And if you're a rising creator such as myself, a very slowly rising, but rising nonetheless, just think, use the old nog, get them gears shifting a little bit. Create some of your own ideas. Find your niche, find your category, find what you post best. Be original, be yourself, and it will get you so much further than purposely being a dumbass on the internet. Thank y'all for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. More content coming your way shortly. Make sure to like, subscribe, and we'll see y'all next round. Woo!